Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. This is not exactly mail call time, but yet it is mail call time because I received this via CK. Well, long story short, Samson showed me a picture of this and he was saying, I'm gonna order this from Taobao. And I said, well, if you're gonna order one, could I kind of write on your order and just add one to it? And we got it through CK, so yeah, it's here. So it's kind of like mail call time, but it's not from the mailman. It is mail call via CK through Samson, something like that. But yeah, what you see here is the ACEdc haptic coin packaging, and yeah, I've not yet unboxed it. You could see that it's still shrink wrapped. I mean, I gotta admit that I don't have an actual proper intro for this, so yeah, I would just crack this open and then let's check it out together. Here we go. And our companion for today is going to be this Instinct toy Pop Mart cat. And now that I've removed the shrink wrap, it is a lot less reflective, and that means that we can scrutinize the design of this box, because honestly speaking, I don't know what the heck this theme here is. Kudos to the artist, but the art style is just really not my kind of thing. I mean, I see a lot of effort being put in. You actually see that kind of wave pattern in the back, and then you have a hand here that kind of like resembles a pocket dump picture. You got some, I don't know, some houses and what looks to be a haptic coin just chilling on a beach bench with an umbrella, a red sun, some seagulls, some kites, you know, I don't know, like a power button. I'm assuming this is supposed to be superconductor. Then you've got this D-pad thing. I don't know, man, like it's just a whole mess of stuff. And then on the side here, you actually see these purple clouds along with that wavy theme. And this over here just says everyday carry, and it looks more like everyday Gary. And honestly speaking, this is like, I think this is really like, I'm sorry ACEdc, this looks like it was drawn by like an 8-year-old or something. It just looks completely on the opposite spectrum of what usually EDC items want to kind of market themselves as, like with a certain premium touch. This just, well, yeah. Anyway, coming back to the main artwork here, there is an ACEdc logo, and this features some spot UV treatment, which, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really stand out because it's really small, but okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop scrutinizing this box. But you guys, yeah, I'm just really surprised at this. So anyway, this is an ACEdc haptic coin, and initially I thought this was ACEdc, but it's not. It's ACEdc, and the reason why I assume it is ACEdc is because I think AC stands for addictive coins, so ACEdc. And on the back here you have some specs. Well, not really specs, it's more like information about the company and information about the item here. So this is called the Donut Mini, and it is made of polycarbonate in purple, weighing at 16 grams, made in China, and basically that is it. My only other experiences with a haptic coin are like the first time I actually tried an Umbre haptic coin, and then after that owning a Tide by Spinetic, and then after that eventually a Tide Pool, which is right here, also by Spinetic. And well, my memory of the Umbre haptic coin is like way back. That's like a few years ago, so I kind of forgot how it actually feels. But then, you know, the Tide Pool here is actually really clicky. I really enjoy it. I enjoy this honestly a lot more than the original Tide. Full disclaimer, I paid for this. This cost me about a total of 30 Singapore dollars, which translates to just about 25 US dollars. So in my opinion, this is actually quite affordable. So yeah, let's just unbox this now. Enough of me rambling. Lift up the lid. Everything here is all in purple, and we are greeted by what looks to be a sleeve. Oh, I was not expecting that. This is cool. So we've got an extra set of thrust bearings. All right, nicely sealed in this really cool looking sealed package. So this clear pack here, this is nice. I love the addition of an extra set of bearings. But then we have the coin here. This is what it looks like. Clear purple polycarbonate haptic coin. And yeah, well, let's just see if there's anything else in the box, and it looks like there isn't. So yeah, that's it. It's a very dense foam cutout, simple square like that. Let's just rip this open here and remove it from that packaging. Oh, that comes apart quite easily. And there we go. This is the Donut Mini. It looks identical on both sides, but very simple, straightforward sort of construction and build. But I have to say that there is like a lip, a big fat thick lip around the coin that I like a lot. Apart from that, it looks like it's, well, I don't want to say it's frosted. It is not frosted. It's just like semi-glossy kind of. Like it's not totally frosted like this, but yet it's not like super clear. So it's got a bit of a guys, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not textured. It's really smooth to the touch, but it is not like super clear, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's got this lip, and the finishing is pretty good. I don't actually see any blemishes besides the fact that there are a little bit of like dots here and there where the magnets are glued on the inside, and basically that is the mechanism, everyone. You can actually see the thrust bearing around it, and you can see 6 magnets here with something that looks like possibly a stem right in the middle. But yeah, let's just... that's not bad. Oh, okay. That's a nice clicking sound. Look, my hair's standing, guys. What? Okay, if I actuate it lightly, this thing feels like a snap. Okay, right now... Sorry guys, performance anxiety. I'm not able to snap, but... I like that if you just handle this really lightly, and then the moisture from my fingers kind of add a little bit of grip just to these raised areas here on the lip of the coin. That's nice. If I apply pressure, then you don't get the click. So if I were to squeeze the 2 halves of the coin together, you get a much more silent sort of rotation, and it also kind of dampens that snappy feeling at the same time. Yeah, but it's cool because you actually see the magnets kind of moving. See that? Oh, I see a little hop. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Why is there a hop? Oh, interesting. I actually feel some of the opposite polarity happening here. Like the magnets here in this orientation, like when they're lined up, it feels like, you know, it's like full attraction. But when you split it halfway, you sort of feel a little bit of that rejection, which is interesting. And then it just kind of snaps right back in. I don't know if you guys can catch it, but it kind of hops. It feels like it's hopping a little bit, which is very interesting. But my goodness, I don't actually recall the Umbri Haptic coin doing this when I handled it. Oh, this is cool. So I'm actually kind of actuating this 2 different ways now. One is to hold it stationary with my middle finger, just like that, like up here, and then moving or revolving the top half with my thumb. So my thumb is moving from down to up, like that. And then the other way is to kind of use that little bit of moisture on my thumb to kind of hold it in place, and then rotate downwards with my middle finger instead. That's so cool. It's totally different. That's totally different. And if I rotate it with my index finger, that's when I naturally kind of apply more pressure. Oh, that's nice too. Up and down, up and down. That's... I'm not able to do the up and down motion as quickly as with on my index finger. Now this is completely different. The way this is made, it feels like it's totally different from the tight pull, where, yeah, the tight pull requires a bit more effort to kind of actuate it and move it to the next slot. Plus, you know, each slot is at a 90 degree, like a quarter turn, right? But this one, because of the magnets, it's like a, what, like a 30 degree turn? Guys, my math is bad, so ignore me there, But this, yeah, I'm not able to do the same thing. Oh, am I? Oh, wow, wait. Okay, sorry, guys, clearly I haven't been using the tight pull as much as I should be, but because of the way this is so light and it's so easy to actuate, see, I'm actually moving my middle finger. With this coin is when I just literally just uncovered that, and I never thought about doing that with the tight pull. But you know, it's not as satisfying because you got to make sure that you raise your middle finger far enough to complete that quarter turn. Yeah, it's not as satisfying as this, because this requires a much smaller range of motion than the tight pull. But don't get me wrong, it's actually 2 completely different feelings now. On the tight pull, you actually really feel that it snap into place. I know how to describe this. This actually feels very much like when you close a blade on a folding pocket knife, that D10 ball sitting to the D10 slot. That's what it feels like on the tight pull. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to make this a comparison video. This is all about the ACEdc Donut Mini, and I gotta say I'm mad impressed. Okay, let's try my left hand, right? There we go. I'm slowly getting it. Now, see, because my left hand was completely dry, but now, because I'm handling this, I can actually feel some of the moisture coming up out of my fingertips. There we go. Now I'm getting that snapping sound again. Oh, this is so easy to use. Wow, this is so fun. Okay, let's just open this up, alright? And then split this apart. You see the magnets coming out? Is that supposed to be it? Are the magnets even supposed to come out? Okay, no, this is the biggest one here. Whoa, okay, cool, hold on. The biggest one here is from the middle stem there, but then there is a loose magnet on the underside. You could see the difference in that. That came out. It came out. So I could see some residue of the glue right there. So I gotta make sure that I glue this back on. It is unfortunate, but yes, it has come out. And if I'm not wrong, it's important to take note of the orientation of which direction the magnet's supposed to be. So I'm looking at the part where it's glue, which is right here. And I think that this side is supposed to go down into that slot there. So it feels like there's there's a bit of friction holding it in. And taking a closer look at the track where the bearing is, you could see what looks to be a little bit of lubrication. Let's just take this out altogether. Yeah, it's getting attracted to the magnets. Just feeling the bearing like that, I can immediately tell this has some lubrication on it. So yeah, this is the thrust bearings, guys, that sits around on that slot right there. So I'm just gonna put this back there, and then yeah, you can see how it's kind of free rolling. The track doesn't have a very deep groove, so you gotta be careful. And then now I'm gonna have to put this middle piece into the slot, and hopefully it doesn't get attracted to any of the magnets around it. Yeah, so it's supposed to sit like that. And then you want to carefully line everything up and just slot it back down, and that looks to be how it's supposed to be done. Yeah, and then that's it. Right, let me lift this up again. So you see everything coming out? Yep. Oh, okay, so the magnets, wait, this magnet almost came out, so let me push this back in. So if I look at it from the cross-section area, it looks like this is almost flush. You know, the magnets are kind of slightly recessed into the slots. Yeah, it is the same on the other half as well. So, you know, there isn't really room for the magnets to kind of fall out of the slot when you have this thing properly installed and closed up. I'm actually surprised at how much I'm actually liking it. So this video, you know, it isn't really a review video because I've not used this for very long. This is more like an unboxing and first impressions video. The unboxing experience was so-so because I don't like the design of the box, but I do like the fact that they actually included an extra thrust bearing. And then seeing this thing, it's very simplistic in design, and it does its job. You know, nothing too fancy, and at a pretty darn affordable price point. And if you compare these two together, you could see that the ACEdc mini donut is actually wider than the Tide Pool. Now, to give you a size comparison, we have an average size lighter. Of course, we have the stubby right here, slightly smaller than a stubby, and we have the Elementum in its folded state. So non-deploy blade. There we go. And hopefully this gives you a good idea of the size of the ACEdc mini donut. I am thoroughly satisfied at this purchase right now. I'm going to annoy the heck out of my colleagues when I go to the office. Heck, you know, I might even just annoy the heck out of Emma. I don't know. This is cool. This is really cool. I guess my biggest concern now, I mean, just looking at it, right, is what am I gonna do if this thing gets scratched up? Like, I can totally see how like this is gonna get scratched up unless I have like a coin slot or a coin pouch or a sheath. You know, when I put this in my pocket, then yeah, the chances of it getting scratched up is pretty high. And the fact that I like to wear rings, you know, means that this is probably gonna knock a scratch eventually. I don't know, maybe I should just let this whole thing get scratched up. So going back full circle, the price point on this is about 30 Singapore dollars, which translates to about 25 US dollars. And in my opinion, that's like really cheap. Of course, I did not include shipping fees because, you know, I said I shared shipping with Samson. So for those of you out there who are in the market for a, I guess, a purple colored polycarbonate clean looking haptic coin, then yeah, you could consider this by ACEdc, Addictive Coin EDC. And I don't actually have the link right now off the top of my head, but I will be reaching out to Samson to ask him for the link, and I will put that link in the description box down below in case any of you guys are interested in getting one of these. But please take note, this is a Taobao link, so you're gonna have to find some agent or something if you are interested in getting this and you do not have a Taobao account. And okay, that is it everyone. Thank you so much for sticking all the way throughout and sharing in this slice of my life. I hope you found this interesting because this is something that I don't usually talk about on the channel, a haptic coin. I hope you liked it. I hope hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope that you give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hello, and if you're not subscribed, then I hope that you consider subscribing. But if I did not earn your sub today, that is fine. I promise I will continue working on the quality of my content, and hopefully one day I will earn your sub. Another great way to support the channel is over on Patreon. I'll put a link up here to that in case you want to go check it out. We have Patreon exclusive content and we have Patreon exclusive giveaways from time to time. So if you do become a patron of mine, thank you so much in advance. It really means a lot to me. And this is just really addictive right now, guys. I mean, okay, well, fair enough. It is called Addictive Coins, and this is, yeah, the mini donut once again. I'm liking this so much. Thanks once again, everyone. I will catch all of you in my next slice. Bye.